And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. Trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Market Forecast, Wednesday, April the 13th. Thanks for joining Lacey and I and trusting us with your time. As always, we're going to attempt to put some context over the market. Always think about risk management and remain patient. If you're in the markets already, hopefully things are going your way. We've got some new information coming out just about all the time here. The information economically this morning, 7:30, the PPI index came out. I don't think anybody was expecting anything less than higher than expected. Month over month, they were looking for 1.1% higher, came out 1.4% higher. And year over year, they were looking for 10.6% higher, came out 11.2% higher. Still waiting this morning at 9 o'clock. The Bank of Canada is going to be announcing a rate change. They're looking for a 50 basis point jump in interest rates up in Canada. 9:30 this morning, we're looking for the EIA Petroleum Status Report. And noon, we've got a 30-year bond auction. Equities were drifting higher overnight as we were coming into this morning, looking like we're going to be opening pretty much just steady, pretty close to settlement. It's kind of looking like we may be falling into a little bit of repair from yesterday's double distribution trend day. We're going to have to take a look at that in the charts very shortly and see where we're at the time. Things are changing all the time here. Earnings season begins today with some mixed results from JP Morgan and BlackRock. Delta beats expectations this morning. More major banks due in earnings tomorrow. The UK announces 30-year high CPI. New Zealand hikes rates last night by 50 basis points. Crude prices are higher still after the API announces a 7.7 million barrel boost in crude stocks. The EIA, however, is expecting a much smaller boost of 800,000 approximately additional barrels in crude in stocks. As always, make sure you hit the lucky like button. Share, comment, question, feedback, heckling, and love are always welcome here at the Market Forecast and the Market Recap. And subscribe to our YouTube channel when we do go live. Looking briefly at the VIX, just about even, 24.23. The dollar index up another 52-week high, 100.48, and the 10-year yield down slightly at 1.73% this morning. Looking forward to seeing everybody for group coaching today. Here is the link to register. I just put that in the chat room. If you haven't join me please. And if you have, looking forward to hopefully another really good session today. We had a good session on Monday. Made some money on Make Hogue money yesterday, and we've got group coaching again today. One notice, there will be no recap today. We are going to be joining our founder, Michael Patak, and Dan Hodgman. You guys remember Dan. You're going to be doing a question and answer session today at 3 o'clock. So no recap, but you get the opportunity to meet and talk to and get answers from the founder of Top Step. So we look forward to that. I'm going to say good morning to everybody. Good morning, Dan Trader. Top of the list again today, Dan. You are the early bird these days. Good morning, Shaw. Tachyon, Scott saw, and he conquered. Tachyon up almost $2,000 already today and done for the day. You were up $2,000 yesterday and done for the day. You're going to have to send me that strategy, Tachyon. Good morning, my brother Rick. I love you dearly. Terry, good morning. Theo, Fred, daily auction in the S&P starting to look like a pennant to me. We have to take a look at that here, Fred. Good morning, Charles, Brian, Vince. Good morning, James, Luis, Marcelo, chilling with Dylan. Jay, good morning. Glimmer Sandwich, good morning. Harry, Devant, Laura McLaren, good morning to you. Jackalo Ronan, Jackalo. Everybody that I've ever known with the last name Ronan has been a very tough individual, very competitive, very tough individual. And I'm looking forward to your success, Jackalo. Bill Foley, Milk, good morning, Stephen C. Devant, that weak low from yesterday, L&M is on my radar. 8 points of singles from value low, too. Yes, some good information, some good thoughts there, Devant. Jeff Martin, Rogue Trader, good morning, Expediter Dean, Frederico. Alfred, past step 2 yesterday for what seems like the 100th time. Happy Easter. I'll see everyone on Monday. Alfred, congratulations. We're looking for your continued success. Keep us in mind when you tell us about how good things are going for you, hopefully. Tito, hello everybody. Sarah Hall, good morning. Prayers and love to you as well. Bonnie, James Andres, Nico, level 2. Pretty nice action, full session from PO session point of control from Monday. Mike, Dan Emmons, session thoughts. Yesterday, traps everywhere. Bulls running out of support. Overnight stealth rally to snag trailing stops for late shorts yesterday. Led us right up to near under prior day's opening range. W pattern led to short with clear risk defined in Globex as after it formed. Some good thoughts there, Dan. Thank you very much. Dan says a break below 43.85 leads to a drift down to 43.35.40 zone. Good morning, Keith, Mike, Tachyon. Excellent. I'm very happy for you, Tachyon. If I had something to do with it, I'm very pleased that it is helping you. Bubsky, past step 2 this morning. Nice job, Bubsky. Let us know. We're looking forward to your continued success. Level 2, off to do some work. Have a good one. Good you too, level 2. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. Robert S. Mike, Fieldwork Day. Mid-Country Gaming. Good morning, everyone. Mid-Country Gaming looking, sounds like more downside you're looking for. Rusty Golfer, good morning. Jay Crockett, Mike. Isaac, dead letter opener. All right, good to see everybody. Just to see the above comments is very cool, isn't it? I just love the fact that we've got this community that is so apt to say hi and apt to share their ideas. It's a wonderful thing. Francis, I am not currently showing my screens. I'm showing me. Good morning. Past the micro combine in 3 days, starting pro account tomorrow. Congratulations, three Lions. Man, a lot of people getting funded this week. This is fantastic. I'm loving it. All right. So again, I think we've checked all the business. Happy birthday, Lori. I think we're set to go into the charts. Let me get things set up for us, and we'll start here with the S&Ps, which are currently trading right at settlement. Let's take a look. And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
Make sure I'm prepared.
We got crude oil today. Kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
In the morning, 6:30 in the morning. Things change.
That's what we're here for. Is to put ourselves in the best success.
excuse
trading
me.
routine does that.
Weekly kickoff
Builds
low
that habit.
44.10. When I
Lets
sat
you know
down
what to
today, it
work
was
on,
trading
what to
right at
reflect
it.
on,
It seems to be a little
and
bit
what to improve
magnetic.
on the next
We got an
day.
inside extended trading hour range today. We added 13,000 in open interest on higher volume on a lower day yesterday. That pushed to the downside. Seems to be pushing. Huh.
Well, this is very
Well,
strange.
this is very strange. Okay, now we should be on the charts. Very strange this morning. It's not operating very efficiently. Are we on the charts now? Let me know if we're on the. I'm showing the charts on. Okay, now we're good. All right, very strange. I couldn't see that the opening thing was on. All right, we're in good shape now. All right, well, let's take a look. All right. All right, thank you for letting me know. I do apologize for that. I don't know what happened there. I'm being attacked by technology as usual. All right, here's the E-mini S&Ps. When I sat down this morning, it was trading right at 44.10. We've got an inside extended trading hour range here so far. Open interest, we did add 13,000 in open interest on that push to the downside yesterday. Volume was actually higher, so the auction to the downside is appearing to be relatively healthy. So we may start looking at a continuation of the downside. Are we looking for opportunities to sell strength? I think there's a pretty good quorum of people thinking that here in the room this morning. So we've got open interest in volume, again, suggesting a healthy downside auction. We are showing acceptance 2 days in a row below that weekly kickoff 44.10 low. Settlement last night was 43.93. That 44.10 weekly kickoff does seem a little bit pivotal. Some interesting things in the daily 30-minute chart here. So this morning, sitting down, we were looking like we were going to open in between the high volume nodes of a double distribution trend day, and that has a tendency to create the opportunity for the market to kind of repair this area here. This take a look at the TPO chart. This may be a better view of it. So a double distribution trend day is a day that establishes a balance, leaves that balance, and establishes a new balance as the day goes on. Earlier today, we looked like we were going to be opening in this area where there wasn't a lot of time, not a lot of volume. And when we do open the following day after a double distribution trend day, there's a tendency or a probability for the market to trade to a point of control from the upper distribution as well as a point of control from the lower distribution. The market looks like it's going to be opening now outside of that level, outside of value, in range, but relatively close to settlement. Do we have any overnight inventory here with which to speak of? If we did, it was long and it's now reconciled. So we're going to be kind of looking at opportunities perhaps earlier in the session. And I'm going to be, I think, trying to find opportunities to sell this market when it exhibits strength. What's going to change that is acceptance inside value from yesterday and certainly acceptance above this weekly kickoff level, which again is a kind of looking at that as a somewhat pivotal level. It was magnetic to us last night. It looks like we're trying to move away from it. So Our overall context is healthy to the downside. Finding opportunities to sell that strength is is what we are really kind of tasked with. And again, finding acceptance inside value and above 44.10 would severely change my levels, which I would look for continuation to the downside here, if that makes sense. I'm a little shook up. I can't figure out what happened with the switching software here today. All right, here's crude oil. We are in rollover. Rollover is scheduled to happen Friday, Good Friday, or into Monday. So Monday we'll probably, of course, be looking at the June contract. I'm not going to be trading or doing anything on Friday, so I'm not going to worry about that till Monday. I'll see the volume on Monday morning. Pretty sure it's going to be greater than the May contract, so we'll most likely be looking at the June contract on Monday morning. 9,400 earlier this week was supportive. We are really kind of falling into range, which sometimes happens in rollover. We lost 3,200 in open interest yesterday, but again, in rollover, that makes things kind of a little bit blurry. Volume seems to be holding up pretty well in the front month here, but again, with that open interest, it's hard to tell. Last night, the API announced a huge boost in inventory. It failed to affect price. Okay, that inventory, I think, was 7.7 million barrel boost in inventories. The EIA is expecting an 800,000 boost in inventory. So I don't think that the market is buying the fact that there's an extra 7 million barrels, 7.7 million barrels in inventory here. Got to trade what we see. It's rollover. Rollover makes things a little bit tough. Markets go too far. They don't go far enough. A lot of traders choose not to trade outrights during rollover, although we do have some information. The 30-minute chart here shows some overnight longs. It looks like we're going to be opening with a gap, which we have opened with a gap. We're now open. We'll check the opening range here in a second. We've got lots of short time frame longs that are still holding into this market. They're still getting paid, so they're still in the market. All of these overnight longs yesterday continued to get paid. It looks like they're continuing to get paid here. We fall into range, fall into value. There may be a little bit of an inventory and adjustment in short time frame. Here's the 1 minute chart. Let's see if we've got an opportunity on the opening range here. Another huge opening range. Not huge, but the opening range has broken out to the downside. Might be interesting. We've opened with a gap. We're out of balance. When we open out of balance, earlier opportunities can pay. This looks like an earlier opportunity. Remember, we've got a lot of overnight longs from yesterday. We've got a lot of longs from last night. And those short time frame traders, if they start to get nervous, may be enough to push this market a little bit lower. So we've got, a 26 tick opening range, one of the smaller ones we've had for a while. We get the opportunity to come back to the middle of it. It might be a decent opportunity for us, even a decent opportunity here. If you're it's comfortable with 25 ticks of risk, this is an opportunity for us. Opening ranges have been tough lately. They are really streaky because everybody looks at them, and when everybody trades them, it tends to wreck them. But if we have short time frame traders giving up on the opening range trade, you'll see it'll happen with a lot more frequency. We're going to go back and take a look at that as we move along here and see if we had an opportunity there in that opening range. Here's the Nasdaq. Nasdaq lost 5,100 in open interest on this push to the downside. A little bit different than the S&Ps, which added 13,000 in open interest on this push to the downside. So is that telling us that this auction process to the downside might be not as strong as it is in the S&Ps? Well, we got some pretty decent volume on the way down here yesterday. Volume was pretty good. Open interest a little bit iffy. It's okay. The Nasdaq is a lot lower in terms of percentage off the highs than the S&Ps. All right, so it makes sense that the market might be a little bit oversold here, perhaps, or we're inside extended trading hour range, very similar to the S&Ps. Weekly kickoff is a lot higher here. We've already broken out below that this week, and we're considerably further from it. Let's take a look at the 30. So again, opening, overnight in the area of potential repair, looks like we're going to open perhaps right around settlement. If we do open in this area of repair, I'll look for the market to kind of rotate in this for a little while before choosing a direction. There's nothing finite, nothing happens every time. It's just a probability. When we open in the low volume node between the high volume nodes of a double distribution trend day, sometimes the market will just repair those early in the session before finding direction. All right. So again, we're inside extended trading hours. We're inside regular trading hours here. I'm going to try and stay patient. I think we're a lot of folks are on the side of looking for opportunities to sell in this market. It's not to sell into strength, hopefully. Inside value at settlement, which is 13,945, with no overnight inventory. I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to be looking for opportunities as the day goes on. Gold. Okay, we are still one time framing higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, one time framing higher. We added another 6,900 in open interest yesterday. Volume maintained. It was off from a little bit from the previous day, but still pretty decent volume. The auction to the upside is presenting itself as healthy. Volume good, open interest increasing. How's the momentum? Well, momentum seems a little bit lacking, but it is certainly stair-stepping higher and not showing signs of exhaustion, at least not yet. Take a look at the 30-minute chart. Boom, boom. We got a naked point of control here that remains unchecked. There's no gaps. The structure to this upside move seems to be relatively organized. We got one little naked point of control down here, but no gaps. It's just doing what it's doing. It's got value moving higher, points of control moving higher, overlapping to higher range. This is a very organized move to the upside, and it may be a good thing for continuation. As far as the 30-minute chart is concerned, we did open relatively close to a gap. I believe that the opening range remains at the high of the session, but do we open with a gap? Are we showing signs of acceptance inside value from yesterday? I would say we are starting to show that. So there may be an opportunity in the opposite direction for us to find better trade location for longs if we do complete the value area special situation play here in gold. We're showing signs of reacceptance of value. If I'm going to be looking for longs, I'm going to see if I can't get a move back to low of value from yesterday before I start looking for that opportunity. If we reject value from yesterday, then we're going to have to find higher levels with which to look for opportunities to look for longs. A breakdown below value yesterday and below the overnight low does push us perhaps to a recheck of this naked point of control down here, which would be another check of the weekly kickoff high. The ES does not have a spike. I define the spike in the 30-minute time frame, Joe. Take a look at the euro now. Okay. So volume and open interest increased another 2,900 in open interest against this swing low from March 7th. Market seems to be intent on continuing to test down below that level. Our downside structure is intact. We did add some volume yesterday, which is encouraging for continuation to the downside. I was a little concerned we were cutting off volume down here. We increased volume and open interest yesterday. I think that there is still more legs to the downside. And we know that the dollar has been putting up 52-week highs just about every day. Here's the 30-minute chart. Okay, earlier in this session, I was calling this mixed to long. I don't think we're long anymore. We're finding rejection of range from yesterday, rejection of last week's low in the overnight session. It's going to be hard to try and find a good entry into this market. Whenever I see this, I feel like I'm getting short in the hole. But the overall picture, the context still suggests that the auction to the downside is intact. Got to be careful. It's going to be hard to find good trade locations for shorts in this, though that may be just what we should be doing. We come back into range, back to settlement, back to maybe above the last week's low, then there may be an opportunity for us to see another pullback to adjust inventory. We've had a little pullback to adjust inventory here. Still looking for continuation to the downside. Here's the 10-year. Okay. Little break in the rise in rates has the market looking to adjust inventory. Really, I think that's all this is. We know rates are going to be going higher. Just a matter of time and timing for our opportunities. We lost 5,000 in open interest yesterday. So our suspicion that we may find some profit taking in a very small way yesterday seems to have come true. So it was maybe setting up another bear flag here, similar to what we did here. We got balance, bear flag, gap, bear flag. The market still seems to be pretty healthy to the downside. We've got an inside extended trading hour range. Do we have an inside regular trading hour range from yesterday? Yes, we do. Here's the range from yesterday. Here's the CPI numbers, the fade that came. We opened basically in range and value, which does lead me to suggest trying to stay patient, waiting for better trade locations. The market seemingly attempting to reject value from yesterday. Yesterday's range high looks like an interesting opportunity for us to be able to limit risk if we are looking for opportunities to sell strength into this market. The nat gas now. What a fascinating market nat gas is. Inside extended trading hour range. I keep doing that. We lost 15,000 in open interest yesterday in the natural gas. We increased volume. We had some profit taking occur in the marketplace yesterday, which is a good thing, because when we take longs out of the market, we remove sellers. Longs have to sell if they're going to liquidate. So we've removed some of the sellers from the marketplace in a pretty big way. 15,000 in open interest to drop yesterday on an overlapping to higher range on a doji. Are things changing? Is that what this doji is trying to tell us? It very well could be. Take a look at the 30-minute. Maybe, maybe not. Overnight inventory is adjusted. That's reconciled. We've got the market looking to the upside off the open. The overnight high from yesterday is an interesting area, if only because it can allow us to limit risk. But I think we're contrary to the bigger picture there. Okay, we've got a nice bull flag here. We broke out of the bull flag yesterday. We are still holding above the bull flag. We start to see some volume coming in up here. I don't want to fight this push to the upside. We've had our kind of adjustment. No, that's not the right market. Hang on a second here. What am I doing? Natural gas. Here we go. Okay, so overnight inventory a little bit to the long side. Opening range, the high of the session, coming back into value. If we reaccept inside value, I'll look for opportunities near the low of value to look for a chance to buy weakness, because again, this market is holding relatively well as far as the auction process. We get a little bit of inventory adjustment here. Yesterday, we had another inventory adjustment and some profit taking. Was unable to really break the market very much. We've got value continuing to move higher. We have settlement moving higher. We have points of control moving higher. Everything is still looking higher, and volume and open interest still indicate that is likely to continue. My goodness, that problem with the switching software here kind of upset me a little bit. It kind of threw me off my game. I apologize about that. So did you guys hear anything? Did you get the invitation to the group coaching? Did you guys hear that there's no recap today because Michael Patak and Dan are going to be doing an Ask Me Anything session at 3 o'clock? Want to make sure we got everything here. Josh, yes, there is a micro-only combine on Top Step. I suggest going to the Help Center and search Micro's swing trading combine. Okay, got all that. All right, good. All right, excellent. Okay. I'm going to go back and take a look here. I know I don't have the charts up, but I want to see our 1 minute chart here in the crude oil. Yeah, if you took it, you're at 1-to-1 reward over risk now. Until now, got a nice little pop there, but that was a pretty decent, example of how the opening, opening range can work. One glitch, okay, all right, good. Chilling with Dylan. The Zoom link. Yes, of course. Here is the link to register for group coaching. That's at 1 o'clock today. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. I don't have any emailed in questions, so everything's going to go on the fly. Usually if I don't have any emailed in questions, I'll kind of bring up a question from a past session, and just to get the juices flowing, just get some questions going. Tomorrow, market forecast, make Hogue Money, and then the podcast with Dan and Jack. And then I'm off on Friday with no forecast, no recap, no nothing on Friday. It's Good Friday. It's Holy Week. Happy Easter to those that celebrate, and we'll look forward to another week next week. But it's only Wednesday. We got today. We got tomorrow. Well, let's make some money. My pleasure, Charles. Thank you for joining me. Take your deep breath. Stay humble, grateful, and creative. Trade what you see. Be receptive of information that may be contrary to your bias. And get out there and profit today. Trade well. I'll see you in the proverbial trading pit in about 5 minutes. Have a great trading day. Continue being kind to yourself, others. Continue praying for peace. And I will see you for the group coaching session, 1 o'clock Central. Have a great trading day. I want to hear good stories at 1 o'clock.